Is Apartment 3D the grown man rock statement that finally puts Memphis Bleek back in the conversation 2 decades after 534? Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? It's your man Lighthouse, and you're now tuned into another episode of Everything for Everybody. And today we'll be discussing Memphis Bleek's latest project, Apartment 3D. It's been a minute, a long minute, since Memphis Bleek dropped a project that genuinely tapped into the classic Roc-A-Fella bloodstream. But with Apartment 3D, Bleek isn't just revisiting old stomping grounds, he's aging within his legacy. This album feels like the grown man rock album some of us felt we needed from Bleek, and deep down we always hoped he would make it. At 46, Bleek steps into the booth with a quiet authority. The bravado's still there, but it's measured, reflective, and elder-coded. He's not chasing hits or trying to prove something to the blogs. This is a man speaking from lived experiences, and you can hear it every year in his tone. From Marcy projects to being a bona fide businessman in the spirits industry, Bleek's earned his stripes. He may always be Hov's little bro in the mythology, but don't get it twisted. His legacy is his own. He's played his position, held it down, and built a lane that stood on solid foundations. The last time Bleek delivered with this type of clarity, probably 534, way back in 2005. Since then, we've had mixtape moment, some flashes in the blog and swag era, but most of it felt trapped within that specific time and didn't age well. Leaning a little too heavy on Southern influence, chasing radio instead of raising bars. A strange time for East Coast lyricism, and Bleek wasn't immune. But fast forward to Apartment 3D, and we're back in focus with new energy. The project kicks off with Do-Rag Bleek, produced by Joel McNeil and Elvin Witt Shabazian. A fitting reintroduction. It's polished rock bravado, but filtered through grown man wisdom. Then comes Still Rock, laced with a warm, soulful loop that serves as a reminder. Bleek's been riding for the same squad for nearly 30 years. This isn't nostalgic, it's La Familia. The song You Should Know finds Cool and Dre laying down a butter-smooth foundation for Bleek to float over. He's in his bag here spitting that cloth talk. The song On My Way with John Rides is vibey and brings in a more modern bounce. Bleek gets a little bit wordy in his verses, but the idea was executed nonetheless. It's authentic and doesn't feel too contrived. We get a bit of a little brotherly pivot with Holla at Meech, starting with a phone conversation before Bleek jumps into a sharp verse that reminds you of what Bleek's lifestyle is like. The song I'm the Type leans into that chipmunk soul aesthetic, drenched in loyalty and real one energy. In the song King's Design, straight cinematic. It sounds like it could have been included somewhere in the Book of Clarence soundtrack. But the undeniable highlight is Three Kings, a multi-generational flex between Benny the Butcher and Smoke DZA. No hook, no fluff, just 3 seasoned MCs exchanging war stories over a beat that hits hard. Pause. It's New York elegance with corner boy sharpness. Bleek showing you he can still compete and keep up. The title says it all. Apartment 3D, which is a reference to the apartment and Marcy projects where it all started. Bleek is not running from his past, he's building from it. The production throughout this project feels culturally relevant, maintaining sonic rooting with soul sample warmth of early 2000s Roc-A-Fella. But it doesn't sound stuck there. There's no filter here, just well-placed features and purpose-driven bars. He's not swinging for the charts, he's speaking from the balcony. OG status. Bottom line, Apartment 3D is adult contemporary hip-hop, unbothered, unforced, and rooted in authenticity. Bleek's no longer chasing the next coming of age. He's living in a full-grown chapter, and it sounds good on him. If you came up with The Roc or respect what The Roc has built, this album is worth running front to back, then back again. But that's my time, y'all. This is another episode of Everything for Everybody. Let me know if Memphis Bleek's Apartment 3D is for you. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up in the comments. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all next episode. Peace.